But then in 2016, Drake reached out to you.
Right.
Talk about that project.
He called me, not him, I've done a lot of stuff with Drake, and I really just met him only last year for the first time, person to person, and, we became friends. And obviously, his team could reach out to me and say, it's going to be the All-Star game in Toronto, and Drake wants to create some kind of a jacket as an homage to Kobe. Let's call it Farewell to Mamba. And I just basically start putting things together, putting his images, and that jacket got more coverage than any other jacket I think I made in my life.
Yeah, it was a hell of a jacket. The fact that Drake is wearing it, and it's in Toronto, and I guess you had that Toronto skyline on the jacket.
Interesting enough, I spoke to Drake a few months ago. We were at the restaurant, and I said, by the way, I always hear rumors about that jacket. Did you? We never talked about it. Did you give it to Kobe? He said no. So
right, because Kobe had already retired by this time.
Yeah, he had retired. Yes, I said to him, I had heard rumors that you gave away the jacket to Steph Curry because Steph Curry really wants that jacket. He said, no, I did not, and I gave it. I actually have it in my house, framed in a frame in my house.
Wow.
And I said, did you get Kobe to sign it? He said, no, I don't. I did not. And actually, I have a Kobe jacket signed to me, like one of the 2002 championships signed by Kobe, which I spoke to Vanessa 2 days ago, and I'm loaning her the jacket. She's going to wear that jacket at the All-Star game.
Oh, wow.
Most likely.
That's so dope.
And I said, it's signed by Kobe. She said, well, don't worry. I'll make sure I'll take good care of it.
Well, yeah, you've done jackets for everybody. Mike Tyson.
And again, I'm going to repeat myself. Mike Tyson, for me, the greatest celebrity and the greatest person I've ever met as far as icon. The most beautiful human being, the smartest man, very smart, loving, affectionate, honorable. One of the other guys, and again, I met him a few hundred times, and I had dinner and lunches and traveled, but my heart still pops out of my chest with him. He's like one of the 2 or 3 guys I told you that is very special to me. So I've done jacket for Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, how did that jacket come together?
Luckily enough, again, through the NBA. There was a present that the NBA wanted to present to him. So,
right, and Muhammad Ali as well.
Muhammad Ali was also that fits in all those top 5 guys. And again, a blessing for me. Growing up as a kid and knowing who Muhammad Ali was, and getting to know him personally, have him come to my office, knowing his kids, knowing his family, and doing a lot of charity work with different foundations with him. Just beautiful. Just such a beautiful, beautiful soul and beautiful person.
Right, and then more recently, you're doing stuff for the Weeknd, Travis Scott, A$AP Rocky, Snoop. I saw you were at his party last night after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was actually the night before the Super Bowl.
Oh, it was the night before.
At his compound, and again, I told you I'm 66, but I'm still acting like a kid, and it's just the fact alone. I'm right there, and he's performing and singing some of his new album, and he's shooting me out in the middle of the song. Jeff Hamilton in the building, for me, it's just so special to me.
Yeah, listen, you've really worked with some of the, most iconic human beings of this era.
I'm blessed. It is a blessing. It's just I tell people, it's just it sounds, sometimes people might not believe that they think it's just it's about money. We're here in business for money, but I'm at this stage of my life. It's just so beautiful just to be able to do something I love, that I'm passionate, and being creative and being able to create. Like today, I was with Wiz. I'm just creating a new jacket for him, and just creating a new design for him, or whoever it is. It's just such an honor for me to be able to do and put my mark on the culture, and trying to see, and knowing that I'm building up a legacy that, in a few years when I won't be around, my jacket will live on, and maybe the work that I made live on. And it's just a very proud moment for me to be at this stage of the game. Maybe the happiest I've ever been from a creative standpoint.
I mean, do you have like a craziest story, out of everyone you've worked with, all the jackets you've done, all the people you've been around? Was there just a crazy, crazy moment that you look back on?
I cannot pinpoint one of them right now. There is every moment I've had that have been crazy. So whether it's Mike Tyson when he was warming up, when I was with J Balvin, or whether it was with Anuel, or you name it, or Muhammad Ali coming into my office and doing magic tricks to all my Mexican workers, and there's so many beautiful moments I have. I think it's time for me to start documenting those moments, because they're all in my head, but they're not memorialized on video, or on tape, or on paper.
Yeah, I mean, for someone to approach you and want a completely custom jacket from you, one that you actually work on yourself, how much does something like that cost these days?
It varies. I mean, and one thing you should know is I'm very accessible. I mean, I have people reaching out to me. I get 600 DMs a day. I answer every single one of them. But basically, like a custom jacket, one of a kind jacket, starts around $5,000, $6,000.
Okay.
But and I get a lot of it today, and I personally work on it every day on it myself. It's not like I farm it out to. I mean, I have a big design team, assistants, but I direct everything. There's not one piece of clothing that comes out of my place that doesn't have my touch, and even more so to make sure it's all the real deal. I sign every single piece of jacket that I make. In fact, for the 75 greatest players, I went a step above that. Not only I do the CAD on the computer, but instead of doing the CAD on the computer, I hand painted an actual illustration of every single jacket. I sign them, I number it. And it's not about NFT or anything digital. It's just about creating the memory and creating something that is very unique, that's way beyond just a piece of clothing that you put on. It's something that you cherish and you keep it, because my dream is to know that some of those jackets will end up in the Hall of Fame or in some kind of museums.
Well, they're already in museums. The Grammy Museum has one of your jackets. The Hall of Fame Museum has your jackets as well.
Yes, a lot of them. I mean, even the Smithsonian Institute has some of my jackets. With some of the TV shows.
There you have it, Jeff Hamilton. I mean, congratulations on just a very stellar career. As an immigrant myself, to come to this country, not knowing what you're going to do, but knowing that there's opportunity here, unlike in other places, and using that drive for the opportunity to create a career that I don't think you could have imagined as a young man at all. I'm sure this every day is a surprise for you. Like, wow, I actually did all this. Not even really planning to do it in the beginning. I
wake up every day to a different blessing, and it's just like the universe has really blessed me to be able to do things that I'm passionate about, and then I cannot wait to get up in the morning and get to work and do things that I love, and meeting beautiful people and sharing my experience with new designers and different people. It's just an amazing time in my life.
There you have it. Looking forward to what you got next.
Thank you very much.
Jeff Hamilton. Peace.
Appreciate you. Thank you.